Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your February 2020 mid-month general readings. Welcome to everyone here today. Thanks for being here, first-timers, newcomers, and welcome back to followers and subscribers. And much gratitude and thanks for all the support you do give this channel. So this reading is for the water sign of Cancer, the crabs, for the last half of February 2020. That's Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising, if your Venus is in Cancer, or if you're cross-watching for a Cancerian as well. But as most of you know, general readings always resonate a little differently for everyone. So watch your other sign videos if you know them. It can provide helpful and additional clarification. If this reading or any of the readings resonate with you and you'd like to reach out for a personal one-on-one reading with me, just click on the description link below, hit that little arrow that pulls down the information. You'll see more info and contact details for me. You can email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I do offer a wide variety of readings in all the main areas of life. And I do readings full-time, so I'm pretty diligent at working with people's schedules and my own to get readings out to you as quickly as possible or set up with you in as timely a fashion as possible. So send me an email if you're interested and we'll go from there. Okay, moving right along, Cancer. Let's see what the last half of February has in store for you. We begin with the Knight of Cups, followed by the Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, followed by the Nine of Pentacles. From the bottom of the deck, overall energy is the Eight of Wands. I'm still here. Just processing what I'm getting. Cancer, it feels like someone is coming in with an offer. Communication. Fast and furious. Perhaps there's travel involved. Perhaps they're traveling to see you or you're traveling to see them. They're communicating with you, and maybe some combination of that energy, maybe communicating about traveling to see you or be with you, or vice versa. But I feel like it's incoming. Sounds like a bullet, right? Incoming. And there's an offer coming in. So the communication, the travel, the coming towards you, the Eight of Wands here. Fire. It's the element which governs the suit of wands. So it's very action-oriented, passionate, forward-moving, change, movement, action, power, energy. The Eight of Wands can often represent communication, could be electronic communication, and travel and movement, because fire represents movement. So that's coming in for the last half of February. Again, I feel like for some of you, someone's coming to see you, or there's communications about during this time about them coming to see you, but it's happening pretty quickly. It could be the end of February, the last half of February, the very beginning of March. And they're coming with an offer. There's some kind of offer or opportunity here, because we have the Knight of Cups. It's clarified by the Four of Pentacles, but it's sitting next to the Ace of Cups, which can sometimes represent new love and romance, or renewal in an already existing relationship. Knights are the bringers, the deliverers of the tarot. They are knights. They have a mission, they have a quest, something to accomplish, something to go out and get and bring back. So they usually represent something being brought. an offer, an opportunity, and it always represents an opportunity for change. And because it's sitting next to the Ace of Cups, this can be emotional renewal in a situation or a relationship, maybe reconciliation, or an offer of a new beginning. I feel like they're coming in very, Cups is water energy, which represents our emotion and our heart energy in the tarot, relationships as well. So there's like all this water and fire. It's just kind of coming in or coming back in. However, underneath it, and I feel like underneath both of those lovely looking cards, there's these two earth cards, earth energy cards, which I feel is more your energy, Cancer. You can always reverse this. It could be you being the one making the offer and traveling and having all the movement and all of that kind of stuff. You could technically always do that, but I read primarily for what's coming into the sign or the client. So this is kind of what I see from most of you coming in. For the Cancers for whom this is going to resonate, that I'm reading for. So underneath this, your energy is that you're not so much into it. There's some reluctance or some like, no, I don't think so, or I'm not sure. I'm just kind of doing my own thing, focusing on myself. We have the Four of Pentacles to clarify the Knight of Cups. So here's this lovely offer coming in. Or maybe it's not so lovely. But we have the Four of Pentacles underneath it, which is a card of withholding, of holding on tight. It can represent in financial or monetary ways because Pentacles is represented by the element of earth. And Pentacles is often about the physical structure of our life. Money, finance, property, resources, assets, home, property, etc. Or how solid and stable we feel about our day-to-day life. So it could represent holding on to money or finances. It represents holding on to what makes us feel safe and secure, which in an emotional sense can represent being very protective, guarded, with what's precious to us, our emotions, our feelings, our love. So I feel like there's an offer coming in, but for some reason, someone, I feel like it's you, for most of you Cancerians, you're kind of like, I don't know, I want to feel safe, I want to protect what I have left, because sometimes the Four of Pentacles comes up with people who've perhaps lost quite a bit in the past. Maybe they've given a lot and haven't had it returned, or they've just lost or been hurt. And perhaps this is something that's played out here. Because I don't feel like this is somebody new. It could be for some of you. It could be you're meeting somebody new coming in hot and heavy, and you're just like, you've had some bad experiences, and you're just like, I'm just kind of focusing on myself right now. If it's somebody coming back in or somebody you've been on and off with, or it's been turbulent or rocky, again, it's kind of the same energy. I want to hold on to what I have left that makes me feel safe and secure. And that could be, it could be money and finances, or just focusing on your financial and material independence and security, because we have the Nine of Pentacles next to that. Self-love, self-awareness, self-empowerment, which the Ace of Cups can also represent. But it's focusing on keeping whatever it is that makes you feel safe, whether it's financial and material or emotional or a combination of both. And clarifying the Ace of Cups, and right next to the Four of Pentacles is the Nine of Pentacles, which is a card that it can represent somebody who's in relationship with somebody else, but primarily it's about the relationship one has with themselves. Independent, self-sufficient, self-empowered, enjoying the fruits of your labors, enjoying what you've gained from all your hard work, loving who you are, where you're going, and how hard you've worked to attain that which makes you feel safe, secure, because you haven't been feeling that way with the Four of Pentacles. You're wanting to build to this Nine of Pentacles. And the Ace of Cups can sometimes represent the beginning of self-love and self-value. So whether it's somebody new coming in, and this could be in the romantic sense of your life in terms of a new or a existing relationship. It could be, a long-term relationship of another sort. That's your own individual story in general readings. But there's this sense of withholding from this offer, or what this person is bringing with them that's on offer. because you're focusing on getting yourself stable, feeling safe and secure and protected, and that you can take care of yourself whether or not anybody else is there to support that or not. On an emotional level, on a physical level as well. Let's clarify this Eight of Wands, this travel, this movement, this communication. The Four of Cups. Here's another card of someone who has already some cups beside them. Could also represent what you still have left here. There is something else on offer in front of you. A cup is being offered. Cups represent emotions or emotional offers or the emotional realm of our life. You're looking at it, but you're not reaching out to take it. Your hands are still resting on your thighs. You're just like, okay. Yeah, what we've had has been good, or it's had its high points. And what's on offer looks really nice too, but there's something about it, and there's some reason here why you're not. And I feel like there's history behind this reason. Meaning that for those of you for whom this might be an already existing relationship that has gone through its things, and because of the things you've gone through in this relationship, romantic or otherwise, or situation, romantic or otherwise, I mean, it could be work, but there's a lot of emotion involved here. You're really reluctant because maybe you just feel tired. You're like, I don't know, I've been doing this and it's not, here we are, and I'm just not feeling it anymore. And it could be that you have those experiences, have had those experiences in the past, and maybe even in the recent past, and there's somebody new coming in, but you're still like, I'm not ready right now because, it looks really good and it's lovely, but right now I'm working on what makes me feel safe and secure. Building that up. Keeping that. I don't want to lose what I have left, and I want to build to something much better. Why this energy? This Four of Cups, this Four of Pentacles, this Nine of Pentacles. The Four of Swords, another card of sort of retreat. We have three fours here. Four of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Four of Swords. Swords is governed by the element of air, and this governs the energy in our heads, mental energy, thoughts, belief systems, ideologies, truth, wisdom, enlightenment, learning, higher education, communication. This is a card of temporarily, so I feel like you're not completely done dealing with this situation. And I say that because this knight, and another indication, this knight, this soldier, he's girded for battle. What do? They fight battles. That's why they wear armor, to protect themselves. He's removed his hand gauntlets and his helmet, but he's still girded for battle. He's taking some time off. He's taking a step back, a reprieve. Maybe feeling tired, worn out, exhausted, which this can represent. But the swords, the challenge, the conflict here are still pointing down at him, and his own is lying very close by his hand should he need to protect himself. There is this sense of wanting to keep yourself safe. And I don't feel like it's necessarily in a physical situation. If that's the case, then the situation, just leave, be done, it's done. We don't need to put up with that. Physical abuse is never all right. No abuse is all right, but, that's like a no-go, deal breaker. Rest, recuperate, so you can have a clear perspective Any decisions you made should never be done in the midst of high emotion and exhaustion if you can help it, because you may regret them later. Perhaps getting some feedback from trusted persons or people. And there's a strong implication that in this, that for a lot of you, whatever this is, whoever this is, it's not new. And their offer may be good, and it may be even be sincere, but it may be too late because there's already been so much stuff, and you're like, I feel like I don't have it to give. I'm not feeling it. I want to feel safe, solid, stable, secure, and if I'm going to be in a relationship with somebody, that's the kind of relationship I want to be in. Maybe it's a little too late. Too little, too late. And for others of you, it might be somebody new coming in, and you're still kind of recovering from some other battle. You're still kind of in the early stages of healing, and you're like, I'm just kind of working on building back what makes me feel safe, on an emotional level, on a physical level. There is a sense of contemplation here. I don't feel like it's an absolute no, but I don't feel like there's a propensity or leaning towards yes. It's kind of like an in-between, maybe slightly leaning towards, I'm not going to accept this. But there's still this sense of not being entirely certain yet. Maybe because you feel so worn out and you're like, I just need to get some breathing space so I can make the right decision here. But there is a sense of reflection and contemplation. Interesting reading. Death, followed by the Six of Cups. So death represents an ending, or sometimes a complete and total transformation of what? The Six of Cups. This is a card of historical connections, family, friends, childhood roots of origin, or something that you have, a long-term history with. Someone, a person, place, or situation. I believe this is a relationship for most of you, that you already have this established connection or relationship with. Because the Six of Cups is a card, it's one of the soulmate cards, but it's a card that implies historical connection already. And I sort of feel like that's
Scott.
Sorry, I had to get rid of, somebody was trying to call me, so I had to turn it off. Sorry about that, Cancer. So I don't feel like for most of you that I'm reading for that this is a relationship that you've had for quite some time. It might be romantic, it might be friendship or familial. I mean, that's your individual story, because in a general reading, there's so many of you watching, right? And there's some kind of offer coming in for some new beginning, perhaps, or reconciliation or something of that sort, but there's just lack of interest and a feeling of being depleted and worn out because of what you have been through, either together or within this relationship. Some of you, a smaller portion of you, I think, there may be somebody who's interested in you who's coming in with an offer, but again, there's kind of this thing that you're still dealing with and still recovering from. There's a sense of contemplation here throughout this of whether or not to bring an ending to a long existing relationship or situation, or whether or not there can be complete and utter transformation, because I feel like in order for those of you for whom this is existing and has been going on for some time, the question will be, because it doesn't feel like an absolute no, is the possibility of transformation there? Is it possible? Because that's the only way this could continue. is if it actually restarts in a transformative sort of way. So we're only looking at a pretty short period of time, 2 weeks, the last half of February or so. And while the details are going to vary because there's so many of you watching, I feel like this actual coming together where this would actually be more discussed and more decided upon is not during this time frame. It may come at the very end of this time frame, or again, maybe the first part of March is kind of what I'm feeling. We'll see if this shows up again in the March readings. Well, Cancer, and it's not, you know, it's neither like good nor challenging. It's just what's happening during this time period. Kind of internal, tired too, I think. Needing to perhaps focus on taking care of yourself, which I think you are focusing on or beginning to. So Cancer, that's your reading for the last half of February. I hope you found it helpful and useful. If it resonated with you and you would be interested in reaching out for a personal reading, just click on the little arrow that drops down the description link and you'll see more info, my contact details. You can email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I would be most happy to work with you. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the March 2020 general readings. Until then, Cancer, as always, I wish you much joy, love, peace, and happiness, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.